going on, WolfPack Nation? Thanks for tuning in our latest episode here with Leighton, Michael, and myself. Please be sure, before we go and get started, to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and like our channel. You can find us on Twitter and Spotify and all different kinds of different media outlets that you can listen to our episodes. But today we've got a trivia episode, and I'm going to kick it off to Michael.
Yeah. Michael, give us some trivia questions, my man.
All right. So I've got 9 questions here.
Okay.
First one. I don't know how easy it is. I think it's a pretty easy one, but
Okay.
what were our first school colors?
Oh, I know this one. I legit know this one.
So it's funny,
There's-
every single time so the first thing I think of is pink and brown. I'm pretty sure it's actually like,
I legit know it, so I'm
See,
going to let Leighton know,
I feel
'cause I
like-
remember this from orientation.
but see, I remember that I thought that, but then I was wrong, but it was pink and something. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with pink and blue. Pink and blue?
Is that your final answer?
Macon, you got a guess?
I'm going to
Or
go
do you
pink
know
and
it,
blue,
Macon?
but if it's pink and brown, then I'm obviously confused.
Pink and
here,
blue.
So,
It's pink and blue.
okay. Oh, yes. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, that's it.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason, like I always thought it was pink and brown. I don't know why.
I know.
But
I thought it was too. Like if I didn't look that up and you would ask me, I would have said pink and brown also.
yeah. So don't know where I learned that, but hey, it pays off, right? Hey, you never know when you're going to be on an episode of
Yeah.
Tuffy Talk doing.
And that's our episode. Y'all have a good
questions,
rest of your day.
right? That's right. All right, Michael. Here's question 2.
All right, women's basketball. How many all ACC players has NC State had in women's basketball? I did some of them multiple choice, so this is one of them. So your options are 45, 56, 70, or 18. Number of players
18.
that have made an all ACC team.
Wow. Okay. So 40s, 50s, 70s, and 18. Is that basically where we are with numbers wise?
Yeah.
Okay. Macon, you kind of let me answer the last one.
I'm going to go with A, whatever the 40 number is.
45
Yeah,
for Macon.
Yeah, and because kind of my thought process behind it is obviously with KL, I mean, I feel like that's where you're going to have most of your all ACC years. Besides, I mean, Westmore's has had a good amount, but
you got to
I mean,
think
he
about
hasn't
how
been here
many
for too long.
ACC slots, all ACC slots are there per year. And then are you just dominating every year forever? I don't would say so. So I can't imagine it being the 60 or 70 number.
And 18 seems too low. I feel like Westmore alone probably has had at least 8 or 9 if I had to guess. From just Westmore. So, and KL's had at least a good amount herself. So yeah, I kind of agree with Macon. I don't think it's been overly too high. So since Macon said A, which was in the 40s, I'm going to say B in the 50s.
Correct answer is 56.
Oh,
Okay.
Good job, Leighton.
56. Yeah. Well, yeah. So, but I'm curious. I mean, Michael, looking through it, do you know how many Westmore has had?
I didn't look at the breakdown. I just saw the overall number, but
Okay.
like you said, he's probably had 8 or 9.
At least.
At least 2.
I mean,
He's been here.
He's had some studs.
8 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since
Yep.
2013.
The number was 56. The answer was
I
56, you said? And that does not
Mhm.
include, obviously, anybody in this year. So it's through the end of the 2020-2021 season. Okay.
Right.
Yep. So that makes sense.
56.
Okay. All right. Question number 3, Michael.
Men's basketball. So I've got ordered these coaches by overall number of wins. I picked them because they all were here about relatively the same amount of years. So it's pretty comparable.
So the question is basically ranking them from the most wins to the least wins.
Yes.
Okay.
These 4
Go ahead.
coaches: Sidney Lowe, Kevin Keats, Les Robinson, Mark Godfrey.
Ooh.
Sidney Lowe, Kevin Keats, Les Robinson, and Mark Gottfried. Who had the most wins?
Most to least.
Correct.
Man, that's a tough one. See, I feel like, and really, Keats has been here about as long as Mark Godfrey was. Wow.
I mean, it's
Okay.
This is Keats' year 5. All these guys, I think, were either 5, 6, or 7 years.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like this is going to be really
I
telling
would
because I have no
guess.
idea how many wins Wes Robinson had.
Yeah. Well. I mean, I feel like he's in the middle.
So here's what I'm going to say. Mark
But-
Godfrey's 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
That's
Mark
correct.
Godfrey's 1.
Yeah, Mark Godfrey's
Okay.
1.
Got one.
Yeah.
Both got one.
But he's also had some of the most frustrating losses of all time, But not to say Keats
Yeah.
hasn't, but I mean, golly. Anyway, I say Sidney Lowe's got to be. I'd guess Sidney Lowe last.
No, I think
But would you
Keats
agree with
is
that, Macon?
Keats is 2. I think.
Okay, I agree with that. Keats 2. I go Keats 2,
2.
Les 3, Sidney last. What would you say, Macon?
I'm just trying. I don't remember the Les Robinson years very well, so I'm.
Yeah. So just go by what you know about Sidney and what you know of Keats. Let's take a guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say Keats,
So again,
Robinson,
Keats, Robinson,
and then
Sidney.
Lowe.
Sidney. Okay, so you agree with me. All right.
Okay, so the correct order is Mark Godfrey 1, Sidney Lowe 2, Keats 3, Les Robinson 4.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just remember. I know
Wow.
Les Robinson was not up
we were
there.
pretty
I just don't
bad under
remember what
Robinson.
yeah, I just don't remember what it was.
Yeah, we
Wow.
were pretty bad
Yeah, I
under
did not
him.
know
So.
Yeah, I did not expect that with Sidney. Wow. Okay. Yeah, interesting. So, I don't really have too much more to really add to that. Just besides, I mean,
I know I
Keats.
wouldn't have guessed that either. I probably would have said
No.
Keats last.
Definitely not Sidney second for sure.
Yeah,
Would never guess that. So, but
I
hey,
think he kind of had the advantage of. I think he was here 7 years, so he was on the
Okay.
longer end of that. But
yeah. But well, and I mean, yeah. There's
It's
a
hard
whole
to
lot
pick
of
when you got different
without
years, but
necessarily
it's
knowing
close.
too
You're trying to
much.
get as close as you can.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. Question number 4.
4. We are moving to football. Which
Okay.
bowl game has NC State won the most?
Is this multiple choice?
The Belk
No.
Bowl.
Okay. So just fill in the blank. So what is the bowl game that NC State has won the most
Toilet
in
bowl.
football?
Correct. Toilet bowl. Yeah.
Toilet bowl? Yeah. Well, you so
I mean, Belk
here's all
Bowl's
right,
gotta
so
be
are
up
we going
there.
by like the location? Because like the Champs Bowl's moved
No.
around a couple different places.
No, I'll say it's one of. It's like a classic bowl, and that still exists.
Okay. So the original, like Champs Bowl comes to my brain, Belk Bowl comes to my head.
It still has the same name. It's never changed. Well, then it's
Correct.
definitely not.
The sponsor may have changed.
Location
but
has not.
The main name has stayed the same.
Okay.
So then that I'm gonna say the Champs.
Is it the
Bowl,
Sun Bowl?
but, I mean, no way.
No,
Only ones I can think of either Champs Bowl, Gator Bowl, or Belk Bowl. Which I mean, but Belk Bowl is not
Independence
the Belk
Bowl
Bowl
is
anymore,
up
but
there.
We haven't been back.
Independence Bowl is, but that's like if you're like barely winning, it's like you just made it into the bowl games.
yeah, that's
So, yeah. So I mean, let's think about it. I mean, so Gator Bowl wise, we just went there against Texas A&M, lost.
For
that's
The-
Independence. I
the-
think
And
what you're
that's
talking about.
Independence Bowl. Well, that one because
I'm
that one
thinking the
switched around a
Military
couple
Bowl
times,
is in
but yeah, no,
Annapolis at the Naval Academy, I think. No,
we haven't really been there. So that's what I'm saying. It's got to be either the Champs, the Gator, or the Belk Bowl. It's got to be one of those three. So I'm gonna guess the Gator Bowl, and I'm thinking that probably back in the 90s, 80s, that
yeah,
it
Gator
was
Bowl
probably
wasn't
around
the
in
one
early-
that
and that we probably won a couple times.
was the one Phillip Rivers won.
That's what State went to
Yeah.
when we played Notre Dame. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I wouldn't be surprised if we went back a couple of times in the 80s and 90s, that maybe that's what will kind of get the Gator Bowl to be the most. So I'm going to say the Gator Bowl.
Okay. Making your guess.
I mean, I'll just go.
And by the way, while making us think about Michael,
He's
Okay.
deep in thought.
I'm trying to
go
think.
ahead,
I feel like
Megan.
I've looked at this list
What's your
somewhere in
guess?
Wikipedia, and it's not the Belk Bowl.
Well, Michael, you're going to give us a list here of how many times we've gone to whatever Gator Bowl it is, right?
Yes, I have the number.
Otherwise, I'm going to.
I'm going to be that fan, the state fan, and guess
when we've gone
Belk
to
Bowl
soon.
because everybody feels like they've gone there forever.
Yes, every single year. All right, Michael.
So
it's going to be neither of those. I feel like
both those are wrong. The bowl game we've won the most is the Peach Bowl.
Honestly, honestly, when you said that to me, in my back of my mind, I kind of was thinking. I was thinking the Peach Bowl. I know we win against Mississippi State there one time years ago.
Yes,
well, that's what I'm saying. We haven't played there in a long time.
In '95. It's also the bowl we have been to.
And that's the one in Georgia, right? Yeah.
Wow.
I just remember that tidbit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I guessed it, but I thought, man, if I'm going to say Peach Bowl, I'm just going to be like, Peach Bowl? No way.
Yeah.
That's a good fact. That's a good fact.
We haven't been since 1990.
That's good.
Most wins. Yeah. We haven't been since 1994, and that was the win against Mississippi State.
I bet you wouldn't have guessed who that team was that we just beat.
So
Mississippi State.
I wouldn't know that.
Before we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flatlands Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need, offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flatlands Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flatlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
Follow-up question.
Yep.
Which is the bowl that we have lost the most?
Belk Bowl.
Music City Bowl. Yeah.
Final answers?
Yes.
Wrong. That one is the Gator Bowl.
Interesting.
We are 1-4 in the Gator Bowl.
Wow. Because that's where we played Texas A&M, correct?
Yep.
In 2018. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And our only win was Philip
Rivers
over Notre Dame. Yeah.
Interesting.
As Jack Tojo would say,
yeah.
Interesting.
It's kind of funny.
Interesting.
Yes. That is a you don't know Jack, folks, but you don't know Jack.
I did say Jack Tocho, right?
For those
I'm pretty sure I said that.
Don't know where that's from.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Number 29.
Yeah. So, all right. Question 5, I think is what we're on.
Yes, this will be 5.
Okay.
I guess that was kind of a 2-part question, but yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
What school in football? What school do we have the best record against? Minimum.
Carolina. Final answer.
This one is. I wish.
Yeah, that'd be nice. In the ACC or period?
This is overall. So this one is multiple choice. Minimum 10 games. Who do we have the best record against win percentage wise? So
we played them one time. We've won that one game.
Well, you said minimum 10 games. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Syracuse, Richmond, Davidson, or Virginia?
Davidson, I feel like, isn't it? I feel like we've struggled. I think
Syracuse, Richmond, Memphis,
Davidson, Virginia.
Well, I know that they just had when we played Syracuse, that they are Dina Babers is 1-4 against Dave Doran going into the game, and they just lost. So it's now 1-5.
And I feel like we did pretty well against Syracuse.
Yeah, Syracuse is my guess, because I feel like the other ones are baiting me to go pick them.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that too.
I've never heard of Davidson's football team either, so I didn't even know they had a football team.
And I immediately say that I know there is like an FCS school or like a lower level division school that we had like a stretch.
Well, I remember we had beginning of the season. I had that factoid about how
Richmond.
Furman is a team that actually has a better record all time against us.
Maybe that's
Which is a really interesting
part of it. So, and Virginia, I'm not going to say Virginia could be it too, but yeah, I'm going to stick with Syracuse as well. Meg and I will both say Syracuse.
So Syracuse is number 2. Richmond is number 1.
Wow.
Davidson 3, Virginia 4. Best record win percentage wise, minimum 10 games.
How many games have we lost to Richmond? Gotta be 1, maybe. 1 or 2.
I lost the list, so
which that's crazy.
I'm not sure.
The one thing which I will say is it's crazy that we played
way back in the
Richmond
day,
and Davidson 10 times.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy that we played Richmond and Davidson 10 times.
It has to be like in the 40s or something.
All right, question number 6.
I think it was way back, but yeah. All right. Still on football. Since 2000, we know who the highest drafted player was. Who's the lowest drafted player? And this one is multiple choice. All these guys were picked in the 7th round.
I know this one.
We've got Scott Kustra, Willie Young, James Smith-Williams, or Matt Days.
I know the answer to this question too. You want me to say it?
Okay. All right. So we're going to say it at the same time. All right. I'm going to count 3. On 3, we're going to say
on 3.
All right. 1. On 3. 1.
Matt
2,
Days.
3. Matt Days. Yep.
Yes, that's correct. I didn't think you guys would know that one.
Yep. He was the last pick.
Mr. Irrelevant.
He was Mr. Last Pick.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. Yes. Mr. Irrelevant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Days.
Cleveland Browns.
So right? NC State is one of the few schools actually in history that can say they've had a number 1 pick and the very last pick.
Oh, that's an interesting fact.
That would be an interesting, If Joe Giglio
or other schools can say that,
you should get your team to check that out. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I like that. When I was looking up this one, I was going to look up all time, but then there used to be 30 rounds in the draft, way back in the day, and I was like, okay, I got to cut it off somewhere.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, question. I can't remember. I think we're on 8, I guess. So, but next question.
This one, moving to baseball. How many NCAA tournament appearances do we have? Multiple choice.
Okay.
25, 32, 39, 50.
What was the first number again?
See, I feel like this one's. I feel like 39.
I'll go 25.
I don't think it's 50. I'm going to say 39.
It's actually 32, right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, and I'm sure. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing with Avent, he's done well to at least make it to the postseason.
There's no coach
year,
in the ACC that I think deserves to win a championship more than him right now.
Yeah. That's definitely not
an opinion.
Name who especially in the ACC, and I don't say in any sport that hasn't won an ACC title. I mean, besides Jim Boeheim, who joined late, and basketball.
Yeah. Well,
I can't.
Well, especially too, since now he's been to 6 ACC championship games and hasn't won any of them. Which again before the whole College World Series happened, I was kind of
he's not going to. He's not going to. Well, I don't say but I would imagine that dude's got that on his bucket list before he retires.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
How old is he?
Well, I think he's
let me look it up.
I think he just signed a contract extension, or he's about to, and pretty much from what I'm hearing, basically the idea is that if he has already signed it, that basically he's going to finish out his contract. If he hasn't, then he's going to sign one more contract and he's going to ride it out. And then when he retires, our hitting coach more likely is going to be the guy to take over. That's what I hear.
65 years old.
Yeah. So he's. I think I think he'll be around from there 4 or 5 seasons. And then he'll ride into the sunset because our hitting coach. He's been our lead recruiter, and look at the names that NC
Yeah.
State's brought in recruiting wise with the facilities that we have had.
He wants to
So,
maintain
you're
the
not going to
culture
lose
too.
him. Simple as that. Oh,
Anyways.
for sure. So, all right. So I know we're running a little bit short on time. How many more questions we got, Michael?
2. We can
Okay.
run through them real quick.
Go for it.
What ACC team did State lose to in baseball 41-9 in 1979? And it's one of the original ACC teams, so that narrows it down.
No multiple choice.
41-9 in 1979.
No multiple choice?
Well, your multiple choice
Can I
is
ask this
original
question?
ACC team,
This
so
is a
it's
trick
8
question.
multiple choices.
This is a trick question, isn't it? It's not. So
No.
there are some schools that were original ACC schools that are not in the ACC anymore. That's why I say that.
Okay. They're still in
Like
the ACC,
South
so
Carolina.
that narrows it down even more. Yeah. Not that.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. Look at you, Macon. Look at you. I love it. Mr. AC aficionado over here.
Macon's going to come up with some good trivia questions
Yeah,
to
I'm
stump
going
us.
to make
I
it
feel
really
like.
hard.
Next time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who's the player that averaged 29 points back in 2003?
Pick one random year.
In this one game against.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I feel like I got to rely on
Me?
Macon for this one because I'm not AC
I want to,
aficionado.
I want to say Clemson.
Leighton, you have a guess?
Okay. The 7 charter members are Clemson, Duke, Maryland, UNC, NC State, South Carolina, Wake Forest.
Or Virginia.
I'm gonna
Or
pick.
someone because Virginia is such a rich baseball program.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Wake Forest.
Well, guess what? Macon's right. It's Clemson.
Hey, Clemson. Interesting. Man, 41-9. Good God. All right, last question.
What sport do we have the most team national championships in?
Basketball.
Is that a trick question for real?
I don't know.
Okay.
Come on, Michael.
So,
I mean, unless you're about
hold
to
on,
say
hold on.
like bass
Division
fishing.
1, like premier. Okay, so it's probably gonna be like rifle or something like that. It is. Look at the smirk on
I know,
his
that's
face.
what I'm saying.
I'm
It's 'cause,
saying rifle. It's rifle.
We all know. That's what I'm saying.
Or national fishing, or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
bass
I mean,
fishing, whatever it is. So you
or
go bass
fishing,
fishing
that's
later.
what
I'm
I'm
going to say
saying.
rifle. I'm
So-
going to see who's right.
Bass fishing.
Let's go.
If it was basketball,
We
I was
have
going to be like,
three.
that's a stupid question.
3.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
We have 3.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, Michael.
Yeah, actually, bass fishing
I
is
did not
rifle
know,
is like,
but we
I think
just
like West
kinda learned
Virginia
about
is
that.
number 1 in rifle for like just destroying everybody.
Yeah, but rifles up there every year. They're usually top 10. So, but now, I'm like, so. But anyway, so bass fishing. Yep, that makes sense. Well, I guess that means I win, right? Because I got bass fishing. So,
Yeah, you got the trick
No.
question.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, that was fun. Awesome, Michael.
Cool
I
job.
appreciate it, man. So,
Yeah.
Macon,
Yeah,
you wanna
man.
wrap us out here, man?
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we had a really fun time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and again, like our Facebook page, our Instagram page. You can find us there, and we've got just we're really excited about the sports that we talked about, what they got coming up in the rest of this season. So, as always, hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's week, and go Pack.